a night of football. What a night of response, night of history, night of records. Hello, football fans, and welcome once again. It's still Waffle Sports right here, where we tell you all the latest in the world of sports. And I remain Chikeze Queen Chuma, your sports goddess, your radio queen, or your sports queen, whichever you choose to call me. I am yours truly. Well, you would be saying, why am I laughing? Of course, you should know. It was a night of unforgettable football. After a week long debate on Estavao and Yamal, this and that, the response and the scores were settled on the pitch last night. And you and I know who came out on top. It was the wonder kid from Brazil, the drummer, the church boy, the one that does drumming for God in his household church. Yes, he came out on top with a wonderful stunner of a goal. That game, it was like an eye opener. Prior to that game, a lot of talking, how I have feeling myself right now. I'm recharged, I'm revived. Nothing can stop me from being who I am meant to be or being who I am. And that's coming from who? The Barcelona wonder kid, Lamine Yamal. But then the response was done on the pitch by Estavao. While Estavao was doing the scoring, on the other hand, Cucurella, his own national teammate, was busy cooking the Yamal. Did you get that? Cooking the Yamal. If you don't get it, forget it. Meanwhile, it was such an encounter for both the Barcelona side and the Chelsea side. They started off playing off a high line, which many would have thought that maybe in the first 5-10 minutes would have brought some good results for the Barcelona side, but unfortunately, Marasca, he just knows how to contend with teams that plays high lines. And then before you know, it was the first goal which was disallowed. Second one again, I think two goals were disallowed for an offside and a handball. Before finally they had a breakthrough, and then that game, the goal came in. It gave Chelsea the relief that they needed. And before we know what was happening, Arojo for a second yellow was sent off, and that meant more trouble for Barcelona. Who would forget that pass from James to Estavao? Oh my word, where he now decimated the defense, driving past 3 or 4 players to slot in that wonderful goal that sent the crowd cheering. And that's how you know a kid that actually knows what they want to do on the pitch of play. Instead of cho, 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 you're going to do the ba, ba, ba. Oh, my, that one sweet me differently. And then came the lap to give it a seal, making it 3 goals to nothing in favor of Chelsea against Barcelona. While Chelsea were busy cooking Barcelona at Stamford Bridge, Bayern Leverkusen were doing the Lord's work, grinding Manchester City and Pep Guardiola at the Etihad. 2-0 it ended on the night. And on the night, some mad records were set. For Estavao, he became the second youngest player to score in his first 3 Champions League games as a starter. The first to do that was actually Kylian Mbappe at age 18 years, 213 days, whereas Estavao did it in 18 years, 215 days. Beat that. And for the first time in his managerial career, talking about Barcelona coach Hansi Flick, he watched his team not score a single goal in a Champions League match. What a night. What a night. And so we saw 36-year-old Marcel player, talking about Aubameyang, scoring also a goal as Marcel defeated Newcastle United 2-1. It ended. Juventus, on the other hand, left it late to secure all 3 points. 3-2 it ended. And then we also saw Napoli defeating Karabakh and all that. But tonight, yes, tonight is that night, yes, where we have, maybe call it the biggest game of the Champions League week, and that is Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. This is a must watch for every football lover. I am not missing it for anything in the world. Yes, I am not, because this match entails a lot. Two sides who are more like the best so far in the world. Bayern, on the other hand, have actually dominated their encounter against Arsenal. They've had 8 wins in all of their encounter, as against Arsenal's 3 wins and then three draws between these two sides. Will Arsenal turn the table around this time around? Last season, we saw Arsenal, rewrite history with Real Madrid, where they won Real Madrid for the first time in a very long while in that Champions League 3 goals to nothing away thrashing. Will that be repeated again this time around against Bayern Munich? Well, only time will tell. And also, there's a man that is making return to football, and his name is Paul Pogba. Yes, he returned last week when they talk about the league games, but tonight, if he plays for Monaco, he will make his first return on the Champions League stage for the first time since March 2022. I really miss that guy. The dapping thing that is it for me. And his style of play, quite phenomenal. But then we also have lots of games going that tonight. Let's bring you all of the games that will be playing later tonight. Tonight we're going to be seeing Copenhagen versus Kairat, Pafos versus Monaco, Arsenal versus Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid versus Inter. That's another game that I will be looking at for. I don't know about you. And we have Frankfurt versus Atlanta. Will Ademola Lookman be featuring for Atlanta? We wait to see. Liverpool will take on PSV, Olympiacos versus Real Madrid, and then we also have PSG taking on Tottenham Hotspur, and Sporting CP versus Club Brugge. Those are the games to go down tonight. What do you think? Liverpool, Arsenal, Tottenham, they're the next English side, to be watching out tonight. Will they make the England side proud, or will they fall like a pack of cards, just like their counterpart, Manchester City? Or maybe they will join Chelsea on the victory side. We wait to see. And on a more, should I say, more like a takeaway, yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo has been cleared. Remember, he was given a red card that would have stopped him from playing the first game in the 2026 World Cup. Well, he's been cleared because he has actually served his 1 match ban when he missed that encounter versus Armenia in their final qualifiers at the World Cup. That is all we have for you today. But before we go, let me ask you, did you know that in 2020, yes, in 2020, Barcelona actually sold Cucurella to Getafe for £12 million, deciding to keep a player named Junior Firpo. But then, fast forward to today, Junior Firpo is struggling to revive his career at Real Betis after being relegated with Leeds in the Premier League. As for Cucurella, he's been sold to Chelsea for 65 million, and last night he cooked Barcelona, his parents' team. So most times, what you don't see is bigger than you. That's all I have for you. Until we come your way again next time, stay glued to this channel. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell us all you feel about all that is going down in the world of sports. Until I see you again, stay safe. This is me, Chikezepe Choma, signing out.